and been at a 420 and had some BC bud, and unfortunately fell down right beside me. And before I could catch them, this poor girl smacked her head, and we had to call an ambulance, and it was a big charade. So believe me, you can pass out. So indeed, Dory makes a very good point in pointing that out to the members and to those online that may not be alert. You may not want to stand up fast. It does take sometimes up to 15 minutes to actually have the full effects of what you're smoking.
But my experience shows that those people that green out like that typically have a bunch of other factors that have set them up for that. Because they've been traveling, maybe they're dehydrated, maybe they're tired, maybe they haven't got a lot of food on board. And then when you mix cannabis, it can enhance that feeling of already being dehydrated, of already being tired, of already being hungry, and it can just overwhelm somebody's system. So I don't think it's necessarily the cannabis that's doing it, but a group of events that have all culminated with the joint.
Yeah, I know a friend of mine over in Victoria, CBC, for those who are online may know CBC, he was with me when this girl went over, and he was with me at a downtown rally in Victoria where we were rallying against Bill C-26, and another person went down. And so yeah, we had seen this twice, and indeed it could be a variety of reasons. It was a sunny day that day, it could have been hot out, so indeed.
And you do the same things that you do for anybody that faints under a circumstance like that. You just make sure that they have some air, give them a little bit of sugar, a little bit of candy, or some orange juice or something like that to bring a little bit of sugar back to their system. And once they're up and about, a little bit of fluids, and they're ready to go again. So. See,
there you go. You come to a club like this, and you can learn so much, and you can sit down, and these people take the time, and they're still just in the early phases. This is the third club to open up, and believe me, they're opening with challenges around. They have police asking questions, they have different people asking questions. But at the same time, other clubs have been through this, and we really want to thrust out our support, and at least I do, and I want to thank you, Dory, for coming on and opening up some of what you guys are doing here, and we're going to show a little bit of the products afterwards, because I'm certainly going to buy some products, and it's not cool. I came in by bus this time just to get stoned, and yeah, I didn't have my medication as much as I should have, because I was planning on coming here first, and I got stuck at the BCMP where Medicinal Michelle gave me a shirt, and I bought a new hemp sweater. So I guess this is Jason Wilcox signing out. We'll continue with the road trip down at Carnegie Hall with Dr.
Paul Hornby.
While at the medical cannabis dispensary, there was one little kind of improv part that we decided to add into the video, and it was kind of inspirational as well. Again, back on the Neil Magnuson part, this is a thing that he had taken with him across the country and is now hanging up in the dispensary. And I think it's quite a story, so we decided to put it in there. And the funny thing is, the camera was rolling, but we weren't really paying attention. So it's really just live, and just Neil telling the story of what's going on. And a lot of it has to do with Don Bier as well, and of course his wife Carol, and another story, and that's who Neil's talking about in this next part here. So I just thought I'd fill that in, and for the viewers that may be wondering, of course Don Bier is a gentleman that went down unnecessarily, in my opinion, on a heavy jail sentence. The judge was setting an example, in my opinion, of a cannabis activist, and jailed a man that certainly shouldn't have been jailed for the amount that he was, and I believe was doing no crime, was rather providing a community service, as was Carol, his wife, and you know, to both of them, much respect, and you'll see that little segment here coming up. I thought I should just throw that in there. So we'll go ahead and play that.
And Neil actually traveled with it on his Freedom Tour this year.
Oh, wow.
It went everywhere with him. It was in the car accident, and
yeah, I hung this just about every location that we were at, every place I slept, every head shop I could find, and it allowed me to talk about, what this is all about here. This is a good friend of mine, Don, that we're talking about, who's currently incarcerated like he's some sort of criminal, when really his intentions were to try to provide a level of safety and quality to people that were using cannabis on the drive, because there'd been some issues there. And along with my good friend Carol, who already did her time for the same event, Don is now incarcerated as if he's some sort of criminal. So it's really good.
Just another frontline warrior that's doing time unnecessarily.
Yeah.
That's Don Briere.
Yes, we're back here now at the Cannabis, at the Medicinal Cannabis Dispensary in Vancouver, BC. This has been a long road trip, so I'm seeming a little bit stoned. It's from my friends and from the medication and a little bit of the long trip. However, this is the dispensary, and you want something that'll wake you up, all you have to do is come in and take a look at the variety of medicinal strains. Look at the light color. You know, if my friend wants to zoom in, he can. To show the nice light color here. This is a clear indicator. There's no nitrogen lockup in here. There's no heavy nutrients. These guys know what they're doing. They got great cannabis. It's at a reasonable price, and I'm sure that I'm going to be happy once I sample it. I haven't had a chance yet, but I'll certainly be updating you on that as well. But most impressive is the number of hashes that they have available and a huge selection of strains right down to their capsules, which I'm sure is some sort of cannabis edible capsule, because I'm just going to sit down and say, wow.
Hello. Well, I'll just give you a rundown of what our menu is today. We have Canna Crispies, $4 each. We have 40 milligram butter capsules in an organic grapeseed oil. And we have Soylent Green capsules. They're a herbal mixture, and we're getting very good reviews from both of those products. Well, from all of our products, actually. Here we have chocolate, and this is a double dose of cannabis chocolate, quite yummy. And then we have 14 different strains of cannabis going from here to here, and they range from $8.50 a gram down to $6 for the outdoor. Then we have 6 different kinds of hashes. We have a pressed kif hash, and then we have bubble hash, which are much higher quality and for a little bit of a higher price too. But you can find the menu at cannabisdispensary.ca.
Fabulous. Wow. And there it is, people. Please check it out. Check out their website. Once again, it's right below here on my screen. And of course, their emblem right up above me here that I'm going to overlay, of course, and you'll see that because I know some people are wondering what I'm talking about. But I'm going to edit this in later. And yeah, of course, this is where you go. And once again, thank you, Dory, for being part in this. And thanks to the Cannabis Dispensary for allowing us to film here today. This is Jason Wilcox signing out. Alrighty, and now we're moving on to the next section. As you can see, it was just a long day. It's ongoing, and I can keep smoking. I've got a lot of editing to do, and I really want to get this up as soon as possible, given it was a national day, being World AIDS Day, and as well as the fact that Michelle's in the hospital, and I think that it would be good to get it up online to give a good shout out. And you know, it's just, I think, the right thing to do. So I'm going to try and get that done sooner than later. So, you know, the next part that we're going to show here is actually going to be the seed bank. This is the Vancouver seed bank, which is a little further up Hastings. It's not across the street from the BCMP. That's actually a different seed bank. I got them confused. But the second seed bank is the Vancouver seed bank, and that's the one that we're just going to kind of show a little brief swing around and talk a little bit about it. We didn't want to pull out a bunch of seeds. We didn't see much meaning in that, but it certainly shows you the general idea. If you're looking for a certain phenotype, or you know, you're looking for a certain strain or a certain genetic, they can either get it in, or they are able to. They already got it, and they can certainly give you some good information, and they know their stuff there. And it's a great place. They've been around for a while. I'm not sure exactly how long, but. Of course, all these places will have their banners up and their websites on the bottom for you to go and visit for yourself. But let's go take a look. We're sitting here. This is Jason Wilcox reporting once again, segment back in before we head down to see Dr. Montana talk. We've seen Michelle Rainey today. We've had a chance to stop and see Greg Williams today. We've had a chance to stop in and see Neil and Neil Magnuson, and of course. Our friends next door at the new medical cannabis dispensary, or medicinal cannabis dispensary, sorry. Now we're